Let's check this one out.
Ladies, stop having so much anxiety over when you're going to bring up the exclusivity talk. Exclusivity is your biggest asset. You're going to eliminate all the competition that your man faces for what? Not an engagement ring, which is essentially a down payment or financial goodwill. Being a girlfriend is a scam. I mean, you're giving away wifey benefits like unlimited free sex, which I recently found out, sex workers charge $1,000 for 1 hour. For what? So you can end up like that girl who moved her and her boyfriend to Texas, depleted her life savings because he wanted to move back to his family in Texas just to dump her when they got there. The Bridgertons had it right. You should be entertaining multiple suitors until one of them makes you a proper offer, i.e. engagement ring. And then you guys can live together and do the practice run for a year. But at least he's made a show of goodwill. But you're wondering, what man would agree to that? Well, they'll start agreeing to it as soon as we understand our self-worth and hold it back. Don't you ever forget the power of the P. We can dictate the terms of this dating market. Ladies, stop having so much anxiety.
That's the insanity of women. Power. There's no power anymore. There's no. Because after the whole sexual freedom liberation, there's no power. There's no power. Plenty of men already have it. Well, we'll break this thing down. This is insanity. This is the thing where I've said this countless time before. These are the women that are destroying the next generations of women. These are the women that are broken. I'm going to talk more about her content in future videos because she's interesting, a little bit interesting. She just had a boyfriend, an ex that cheated on her. Who is she to talk about? Who is she to have any kind of substantial voice in this thing? Because obviously she fails at it. Her talking points, right? Things that she's saying has not really bared any fruits. So we'll definitely. I want to react to her videos in the future because I think it'll be fun. But let's break this one down.
Over when you're going to bring up the exclusivity talk. Exclusivity is your biggest asset. You're going to eliminate all the competition that your man faces for what? Not an engagement ring, which is essentially a down payment or financial goodwill. Being a girlfriend is a scam. I mean, you're giving.
First of all the competition he faces. This is a thing. If you are a man of self-respect, if you're a man of value, a man that's getting to his value, nah, you ain't playing that game. She wants to date a bunch of other men, cool. Let her. Let her. This is a thing where I'm big in promoting men to have some self-respect. If she wants a roster of men that she's dealing with, that she's like, I'm going on a date with this man next week. I'm going on a date with this man tomorrow. I'm going on a date with this man on Friday. I'm going on a date with this man on Saturday. Cool. Awesome. You want to have a roster? Cool. I ain't doing that. I ain't going to be another man on your roster. I give you a date this day and this other man gives you a date another day. No. No. Because this is the thing. She wanted to talk about the Bridgerton thing. We'll talk about that. But this is the thing. You want to play this game where you can entertain multiple men where they're competing against you. Cool. But a man that's on his purpose, he doesn't need to compete with other men. Because he will show you who he is. If you're interested, cool. If you're not, cool as well. This is the thing where you're wasting your time as a man doing these games that women make.
Giving away wifey benefits like unlimited free sex, which I recently.
Wifey benefit. Unlimited free sex. Really? A wifey benefit? Because how many men know that, plenty of situations where you don't even get those benefits as a wife. You don't even get that. And here's the benefit. Oh, such a benefit. Unlimited sex. Really? Even in relationships, women dry that up. This is not like you women make it seem like, okay, your sex is something special. It's not. You've given it out to plenty of other men. You ain't a virgin. This ain't a. To be honest, this is the thing with a lot of women. They make it seem like their body is a prize. Yet, if it's such a prize, why have so many men have also had it? Why is this supposedly wifey benefit, but plenty of other men have had it when you are not even ever married? This wifey benefit that you like to talk about, really?
We found out, sex workers charge $1,000 for 1 hour. For what?
You want to compare yourself to sex workers? That is that really the best comparison? This is the thing where women are no different. Women are now no different than sex workers. Because again, you can just buy their body. You can just buy it.
So you can end up like that girl who moved her and her boyfriend to Texas, depleted her life savings because he wanted to move back to his family in Texas just to dump her when they got there. The Bridgerton.
And that's the thing. That's the thing where, honestly, that's the problem. Women do not know how to vet men. So they have one bad experience with a man, and now they blame all men. So that's logical. You chose poorly, so now every man has to suffer. And this is the thing. Why I've said this countless times before. Why, as women get older, they become bigger red flags. Why? Because this is the problem. Women will get these walls, these traumas that they go through because of other men, dealing with other men, dealing with like this boyfriend, this sexual partner, this one night stand, this whatever. All these things that women like, they interact with all these men, they have all this experience. It only makes them worse. It makes them more bitter. It brings walls. It makes their standards unrealistic. That's the thing why I say, as women get older, why did they become bigger red flags? Because these traumas just make women unbearable to be with.
Had it right. You should be entertaining multiple suitors until one of them makes you a proper offer, i.e.
Bridgerton, like old school. This is the thing. It's funny that women always like to pick and choose old school traditional stuff. Suitors, right? You are not a virgin. You're nothing special. Plenty of other men have used you already. So really, you want to compare yourself to an old school, traditional, feminine, ladylike virgin. You're not. This is the problem women don't understand. They want men to have traditional values, yet women are not representation of tradition. That's the problem with a lot of women. You are not traditional whatsoever.
Engagement ring. And then you guys can live together and do the practice run for a year. But at least he's made a show of goodwill. But
what's the women's show of goodwill? You know, back in the day, women's show of goodwill is that they're virgins. They're ladylike. They're feminine. They have class. What are they now? They're just used up. They're bitter. They're masculine. They're aggressive. They're combative. Women are not showing any kind of goodwill to men. So what are good men getting? What are good men getting? They're to be a good suitor, to prove himself to her. How is she proving himself to him? How is she proving herself to him? How? By having a roster of men, plenty of men you're dealing with. By going out on, because this is the thing. You want to do tradition. Women are not going on dates with plenty of men. They're not. They're not going with a date with this man on this day, date with that man on another day. No. They're not entertaining men. And this is the thing, again, they're virgins. So, you know what? You have a bit of you're I don't know if I would say you're paying, I mean, like, the value is there. To be honest, women's used up bodies, what's the value? What's the value in men needing to prove themselves? Because here's the thing. A good man, he has to prove himself. But most likely, the players, the bad boys, the high value men, the athletes, the rappers, the entertainers, the Pookies, the Ray Rays. Did they need to prove themselves? Did they need to prove themselves? Did they? Or you just gave them your body because you thought they were hot? You thought they were charming? Yeah.
Wondering what man would agree to that? Well, they'll start agreeing to it as soon as we understand our self-worth and hold it back. Don't you ever forget the power of the P. We can dictate the terms of this dating market.
Here's the thing. The problem is you never hold it back. Sexual revolution has ended that. Women don't hold it back. Because here's the logic men have. Okay, so now I have to be at this level for me to be with you. Yet other men you've already given your body to. So what are you holding back? What am I getting? Something that's used up? Something that other men have used? So I have to be at such a level, high level, like amazingly well, like a good man, a good looking man, a tall man, a wealthy man, all this shit. Yet what am I getting? A woman that other men have had their pleasure with. That makes sense. So, yeah. No.